Well, good day again, everybody. Welcome aboard for today's flight. We're at Sacramento in the US at the moment, at Sacramento Mather International, on the ground here at the ramp in the C700 longitude for a run down to San Francisco. The weather is a little bit marginal at the moment. I have filed for an IFR flight, and the weather is deteriorating towards the west, so there's every chance we'll be doing an ILS landing. So we'll get the show on the road. First things first, make sure the parking brake is set. We'll get a bit of power into these generators. Just going to the standby power, just doing a test. Got a green light. We'll set that to the on, and we'll then power up the batteries, the onboard batteries. We'll do our own electrical start here, and the APU is going on. Just do a reset on the APU generator, and it's now on, and we're just checking here that we're spooling up. So just the onboard systems are starting to come up now. Yeah, as I said, weather is quite marginal outside, so we'll just need to check our games. We'll just do some exterior lights and internal safety lights, belts for passengers. Puts that up, and we'll go to the pulse lights and the recognition lights. So externally we look like this. And first things first, we'll need to do our weights and balances. So we'll go to utilities, weights and fuel. The bare aircraft's 23,389 pounds. Payload is one person, that's me, and a bag of 20 pounds. So we'll enter that. And which brings us up to, without fuel, 26,682. Fuel on board, I'm showing 7,160 pounds. So I need to synchronise that fuel on board. We'll hit that. 7,177 pounds for takeoff. That's our TORS check is now done, and our weights and balances are done, and we'll now go into performance base, and we'll go for our takeoff data. Our origin is Kilo Mike Hotel Romeo Sacramento Mather. Runway, we don't know that at the moment, so I'm going to request a flight plan, a departure, and I'll bring in the flight assistant. He will do all the radios for me. This is normally a two-pilot aircraft, so he'll be doing all my radios.
Hotel Tango Echo Zulu, cleared to San Francisco Airport is filed. Takeoff runway 22 right, climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure on 126.85, squawk 0022.
Okay, they've given us okay, they're giving us 22 right for departure, so we'll go back down to our information here that we're setting for that. The runway is 22 right. Our takeoff weight at 33859. The weather is dry. The METAR says it's 207 at 8, 207 degrees at 8 knots, and our RAT is 15 degrees. So takeoff config is flaps 1, anti-ice off, thrust reverser stowed, and a standing takeoff. So all of that's now equated to our V speeds for departure. V1, which is our initial threshold speed, VR, which is our rotation speed, given that we have no problems with our engines or pressures and temperatures. V2 is the speed we need to have for a single engine climb out if we had an engine failure, and 185 is our climb out speed. So we've got 6,057 feet available, but an 8 knot headwind and a 2 knot crosswind from the left. So we're going to accept those, and they'll be posted over here when we do an engine start. So we go back to home, and we've set that. We're now going to do our aircraft systems and go to synoptics, and we're just going to do an engine start. We're up to that point now. Look outside and see who's who. We've got 2 dispatches outside there clear of the engine, so we'll do an engine start. So we'll go down. We've got 100% APU power. The engine page is down here. We'll open up the panel and to run and hit the start button. We'll start seeing some indications coming up here of the right engine, or number 2 engine, which is starting up now, going up to 103 on the N1%. That's 3.4% now of power on the start mode. Got enough in there, so we're going to open the guard on engine 1, and we're going to start that one as well. And the same sequence is going to start coming all the way through on this side. So we'll just let those build up. This is our flight plan on this page. That's a traffic plan over here, but we'll do away with that in a little while. Okay, synoptics. So we can do an electrical test now, which is showing as all green. The APU is still on, that's why it's showing green here. That'll probably turn that off before climb out. Hydraulics again, no reds and yellows. Fuel, cross check 7160, plenty of fuel there. So we can also just do a pre-flight check here, which will give us a run through on all the systems, and we're passing everywhere except the park brake, which is correct because we've got that on. Stabilizer trim is this little one over here. We need to get it back down. I'm doing that manually on the trim. I need to get that back to about 3.5. That's it. And you can see it's now gone to OK. And flaps, we need to go to flaps 1, which is that readout there. So, and you can see now it's all OK. We can do a summary test, which is all of that, and we're pretty good to go. So we'll go back to home, go back to the map, go to the full page, and zoom in, because we have to taxi to 22 right. So that's us there. We've got to come around and taxi to here, and that's 22 right, and then we've got to fly it. So our flight plan gives us a direct departure, which we're not under ATC when we climb out. We've only got an altitude climb out, but we will take off in this direction, and then we'll turn left, which we'll do under the heading, and we will pick up this track to San Francisco, or to the next waypoint. So the next thing we need to do, we've got auto throttle on this aircraft, so we're going to bring up the climb out speed to 210 knots, which is over here. We're going to do vertical speed to get our, that's it, down in here, which is 1300 feet. We can go to 1500 feet. And our altitude's been set, and our heading is set for runway orientation at the moment, but we'll change that when we get to the end of the, when we get to the end of the threshold. So right now, I'm going to ask for a taxi. We're looking pretty good for departure. Again, we've got to get around go around to our left this way and come all the way back down, and that's our runway all the way over the back there. Okay. Request taxi.
Sacramento ground Cessna Victor Hotel Tango Echo Zulu with Sierra ready to taxi IFR. Cessna Victor Hotel Tango Echo Zulu taxi to and hold short of runway 22 right via taxiway Bravo. Contact tower on 120.65 when ready. Taxi to and hold short runway 22 right via taxiway Bravo Cessna Tango Echo Zulu.
Okay, we've got room to get around here. So next thing is taxi lights on. Park brake is off. A little bit of power. And we're going to turn around to the left over here. And we're going to pick up this taxiway down in here. A bit further around to the left, just finding my way using the map here at the moment. So we'll make our way all the way up to the threshold. I'm just going to run through a couple of different checks right there. Rather than doing it while I'm taxiing, which is not the preferred. So I'm just making way to these areas now. Just coming around. Onto the taxiway. And that cloud is really quite marginal there, and the weather reports for San Francisco are worse. So I think we're going to have a very tight arrival, I think. I'll just park here. Sacramento Tower.
Sacramento Tower Cessna Victor Hotel Tango Echo Zulu at runway 22 right ready for departure IFR to San Francisco. Cessna Victor Hotel Tango Echo Zulu altimeter 29.9 to 1257 at 5. Cleared for takeoff runway 22 right. Cleared for takeoff runway 22 right Cessna Victor Hotel Tango Echo Zulu.
Okay, taxi lights off, landing lights on. We have clearance for takeoff, correct. Just checking nothing's on approach to us as we go out. We can make our way forward. Now our takeoff configurations was flaps 1, which we have, and no rolling start. So we need to, you can see now on the left we've got our V speeds. Have come over here and confirming 22 left, and we'll need to come to a standby. Stationary hold on the centre line. V speeds are set, flaps are set. We're all green. We have 2 good engines. Temperatures and pressures are good. Going up to 70% power and rolling. Tango Echo Zulu is rolling. Maintain centre line. Airspeed's 80 knots. 108. 128. We rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. .500 feet. Going to autopilot. Going to heading. See the aircraft now start to turn to the left. Going to auto throttles. Engaged. Bringing us back to 210 knots. We'll maintain 210 knots or a bit more. Just going to nav now, so I've armed it. You can see the white on the announcer, the white FMS has come in underneath the heading, which means that we're still flying by the blue bug at the minute. And as we get closer to the pink line here, this magenta line, which is our track to San Francisco, it will flash green, and that's when this little line here comes in and joins these two together. The closer we get to the magenta, and then it's flashing, and so we've now gone from the heading mode onto the GPS mode, or the FMS mode, Flight Management System mode, and it will fly us onto this line, and that's our track all the way through now. And flaps up. Just going to range out a little bit more here so we can see where we're situated on the flight path. Seems to have a bit of an anomaly here with the flight plan. It's got us going to Risti, which is here, and then Seeds, and then Mansec, but that's not right. What we really should be doing, that's us here. We've got to get across to CCR, Concord. So I'm going to, and then we pick up Burke's Shake. Okay, well that's what I'm expecting, except this plan is taking us to Risti. Okay, so 19 left on through Charlie Charlie Romeo. Okay, 10,000 feet. Just pick this speed up. We'll go to 250. That's our maximum speed under 10,000 feet. Okay, I'm going back to heading, and I'm going to that line, this blue line here. I'm taking us all the way across to CCR, because that's where we've got to get to. So that's why we're turning now. I'll hold it on that, and I'll go back onto the navigation system once we pick up this track. Coming through 7,600 at the moment. Okay, so I've just changed that through the direct to. So that's cancelled that wristy leg, and it's now got us onto a magenta active leg to CCR. Landing lights can come off. We're at 10,000 feet. Okay, just descending to 5,000. No point in going any faster than what we are now. Just correcting that course, we were just a little bit off course when I did the direct to CCR. I kept it on heading rather than put it back on nav, so we're just cleaning that up now. I'm just flying back onto that track. And looking at the flight plan, we still have our arrival on the, well, that's actually not right. It's on, it'll be CCR. Concord.
Going to 128.575 Cessna Tango Echo Zulu. NorCal approach Cessna Victor Hotel Tango Echo Zulu 5,000 feet. Cessna Victor Hotel Tango Echo Zulu NorCal approach altimeter 29.9 radar contact. Continue to ascend.
And we'll activate our approach here as well. So Burke's at 5,000, so that's Burke's there, and we're at 5,000, so we are where we're meant to be. See our glide slope has come onto the altitude side of the PFD. Okay, there we go, so it's been activated, so we're starting to descend. And the localizer's been activated as well. So the localizer and the glide slope are flying our descent onto runway 19 left at this point. So the glide slope's controlling the rate of descent. The airspeed's over here, which I can control with the manually with the auto throttle. And the localizer is keeping us on a lateral track. So all I need to do now is basically prep the aircraft for landing, i.e. flaps, airspeed and landing gear. We are a little fast. Just use the speed brake to help us slow down a bit here, I think. I do want to be around 190 knots. So we've just crossed over to the next one, which is onto the final for runway 19 left. Just looking for a visual reference now. The weather is not good, but we are where we are meant to be. Back to 190 knots. So I've just taken auto throttle off. It can be a bit tricky in this aircraft to going gear down and flaps 1. Feet, 160 knots, manual speed. I've got no visual reference at this point. I'm trying to maintain 150 knots at this point. Thousand feet. $650 feet, 150 knots, flaps full, gear down. $500 feet, I see a light. Quids of the caution. Localizer is still there, 300 feet, landing. My aircraft. Reverse thrust, watching the airspeed, maintain centre line, 70 knots going to brakes, 40 knots, reverse thrust is off, take the next. It's our taxiway. Following the green lights. Not sure where I am in the airport precinct, but we'll clear the runway first. And we're just going to park here for a minute until I get my bearings. We're clear of any traffic and we're on the taxiway. I've got a choice of taxiways, which is what I want. I believe we're going to go over to the left over here. So let's go around the rear of these jets. Follow this taxiway. And this is the main commercial aircraft area, but we've got to get further up to the right. So we go right to the end up here, and we've got a general aviation area that we'll try and get into. This is where we're meant to be. It's a small area up here that we're just going to just a bit further along. This is a bit better. We're getting over to the smaller aircraft. Just go and park over with these guys. I'll just do a U here. Perfect.
No takeoff.
Okay.
No takeoff.
Thanks for watching. Bit of a hairy landing into San Francisco, but we're here to talk about it.